The story of how Survivor got its name is almost poetic, a name forged in the fires of perseverance and shaped by the unpredictable world of rock and roll itself. In the late 1970s, Chicago was alive with musical ambition. Disco was dying, punk was simmering, and arena rock ruled the airwaves. In the midst of that changing landscape, two musicians, Frankie Sullivan, a fiery young guitarist, and Jim Peterik, the seasoned songwriter behind the Ides of March's hit Vehicle, came together with a shared vision: to make rock music that hit as hard emotionally as it did sonically. They began writing and rehearsing in cramped basements and low-budget studios, crafting songs filled with melody, muscle, and heart. But before they could take their music to the world, they needed a name. It had to mean something true. Peterik, who had already tasted fame and the sting of its aftermath, knew the reality of the music business. Bands rose and fell overnight. Labels made promises and broke them just as quickly. For him and Sullivan, every rehearsal, every gig, and every demo felt like a fight to stay alive in an industry that chewed up talent and spat it out. During one brainstorming session, as they tossed around ideas that didn't quite land, a single word came up: Survivor. It wasn't a gimmick. It was a statement. They weren't glamorous stars or trend chasers. They were musicians who had endured rejection, rough gigs, and the grind of the road. Survivor captured exactly who they were and what they stood for: resilience, grit, and determination. As Peterik later put it, the name was a badge of endurance, representing every artist who refused to give up when the odds were stacked against them. By 1978, the name was official and prophetic. Within a few short years, the band's own survival story would become rock legend. In 1982, when Sylvester Stallone personally approached them to write a theme for Rocky III, they created a song that didn't just fit the movie, it embodied it. That song was Eye of the Tiger. Built around one of rock's most recognizable guitar riffs, it roared with purpose, rising up, back on the street. It was the sound of persistence, the spirit of the underdog. A mirror of both Stallone's cinematic fighter and the band's real-life journey. The song shot to #1, spending weeks atop the Billboard charts and winning the band a Grammy. Suddenly, the name Survivor wasn't just meaningful. It was mythic. Eye of the Tiger became more than a hit. It became an anthem. It captured everything their name represented: strength, endurance, and the refusal to back down. Every drumbeat and every lyric carried the message that had defined the band from the start. No matter how many times life knocks you down, you rise again. Over the years, Survivor continued to evolve, creating hits like Burning Heart, The Search Is Over, and High on You. The lineup changed, but their spirit never dimmed. Through decades of shifting trends and personal trials, the band lived up to the name they had chosen in that humble Chicago rehearsal room. Today, the word Survivor means more than a band. It's a philosophy, one that resonates far beyond music. It stands for anyone who's fought to keep their dream alive, anyone who's had to rebuild, anyone who's refused to quit when the world said stop. In the end, Survivor didn't pick their name. Their name found them. It wasn't just a label. It was destiny. They didn't just write songs about survival. They lived it and turned it into rock immortality.